Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Phoenix, Tucson, Albuquerque, I don't know, wherever you at. I'm excited that you are tuning in today. This is Conversations and Confessions, and I'm your girl, the host, Yolanda Givens, and super excited about today's guest. Famous, stand-up, funny, family man. I call him my bro.
Yes.
The one and only comedian, as most comedian. I done said comedian. So much from the last guest, but we have BLT
Hey,
with
sister.
us. How you doing?
All right, baby. Good
Thank
to be
you
here.
so
Good
much.
to be here, boy. Good to be alive.
Good to be alive.
On this side.
On this side, right.
Yeah.
Well, what other side we gonna be alive on?
That side that they gone, baby. They gone.
They ain't alive then. Thank you so much for being on this show, Conversations and Confessions. It's all about having real conversation.
Come on.
You know, talking about real life.
Yes.
You know, talking to real people, and I know you one of the realest, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you being on the show. But we're gonna get right down to it. We got some questions for him, and we're gonna see if he gonna give us some confessions at the end. But let's get to it. Tell us who's BLT the everyday.
Well, it's different. The BLT is the entertainer, promoter, radio personality, actor. Bryant is Tiffany's husband, granddaddy, father, you know, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there is the two difference, because I can't be BLT at home all the time, because you know your wife be like, everything ain't funny. I'm just tired of you. Everything a joke with you. And be like, lady, if you don't understand, I want to cut you out, but I'm doing the comedy, so I won't say nothing.
Well, talk about you as the family man.
Okay. Bryant is a young man that was born and raised on the south side. Born on the west side, moved to the south side. I had 2 older sisters, the baby, the only boy.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father divorced when I was 8. So I kind of... It bothered me, but it didn't bother me, because my aunt, I had a woman that was in my life, my great-great-grandmother's brother's wife raised me,
wow.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, she was called my Aunt Angie.
Okay.
So that's what's on my arm.
Oh.
So she raised me. This woman was born in 1900.
Wow.
She passed in 87, so she had a rooming house on a street it used to be called South Park. It's called King Drive now.
Okay.
And I was raised around a lot of older people that poured into you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They gave you these foundation, these stories, these common sense things they gave you, where you understood that you think before you act, you think before you speak, and things of that nature, because what comes out you can never take back.
Right.
And actions you do, you can never change.
Right.
So these are things that they taught me, but it was hard for me growing up, because with my aunt, I stayed with, this how it went. When I was born, I stayed with my aunt on the weekdays as a baby, and went home on the weekdays and weekends, because my mother and father worked.
Okay.
So when I started school, it switched around, and I would stay with my mother and them on the weekdays and go to my aunt on the weekend.
Okay.
And it was hard for me to kind of deal with that, because I was the only child with my auntie, and I got anything I wanted, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to my mother, me and her would bump heads constantly, you know. And as time went on, I started school late.
Mm-hmm.
So, because back then you couldn't start till your birthday and all this mess. So I was like 6. And then my mother, when I was in 2nd grade, put me back again. The school, I didn't fail. I wasn't doing good, but I didn't fail. I was at least could have been in that special classroom. You know what I'm saying? She gonna make me go I would prefer to be in the special class than to be a year behind. Now I'm 2 years behind. Yes, I'm waiting on my kids to go to school with me. You know what I'm saying? So I hated school. Hated school. I would be in school looking out the window. I wonder where that bird going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. I never liked school, but I was great at talking to people. And I was great at finding out what you wanted, what you liked, and getting. So therefore, you would follow me.
Right.
You know, I was always a leader growing up. And if I followed somebody else, it's because I want to learn what you knew.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to take it to the next level.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So as time went on, I stayed with my mother from the age of 6 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I was only with my mother really, on them weekdays to go to school for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly my aunt. I was always up under her.
And that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when did you discover you were funny?
Oh man, when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I used to dress up and stuff and have in front of my sister's boyfriend. They be dying laughing. They be like, and I would put some of her stuff on. She'd be so mad. Oh, why you embarrassing me? I'd be like, 'cause this is what you wore on your 8th grade graduation. And she a senior now, so she don't want nobody to know that. Let me show you this picture of her too, on them bad hair days. So yeah, that's when I decided, I knew I was funny. And what really, I think, pushed me into comedy was that my dad would let me tell, I love Richard Pryor.
Okay.
So I listen to Richard Pryor albums, I go see it at the show, and my father would let me tell him his jokes.
Oh, wow.
He cuss too.
Oh, wow.
So he be damn, boy, you funny, boy, you funny. He saying what, son? So I love that.
Okay.
So that's really what got me into comedy.
So what was your first time on stage?
My first time on stage was at the new 50-yard line, we called it back then, on 147th in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Leon Rogers was hosting. It was the Budweiser comedy competition. And I went up, and I didn't do good at all. But I was better than some dudes that said they were doing this for a living. I was like, oh, if they doing it, I know I can do better.
Okay.
Because I was nervous. I was scared. I'd never been on stage, and all these people staring at me, so.
So when you say you didn't do good, what does that mean? Did people boo you? Or
I didn't get booed, but they really didn't laugh that much. You know what I'm saying? And then always in Chicago, being a new kid on the block, you don't get a lot of love nowhere.
Right. Okay.
So. That was one of the things, but it was something I felt I could do, and I knew I was much better than what I did on that stage. So that's what gave me that. That was it there.
So you went home and was like, okay, I got this.
I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my best, and I just started going to comedy shows, open mics, and watching. I started watching first. I didn't try to just go up on stage every time, because I wanted to find out what is a set. When comics say a set, what is a set? You have a 15-minute set, 20-minute set, 30-minute set. These are sets are what you call your funny material. Where you can ask the comic, well, how much time you got? He'd be like, well, I got about an hour and a half a set. No, you don't. No, you don't. We talking about funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So that's
I got
the difference. So you want to get a 10-minute funny set, a 10-minute 20 set. So when you go out here and talk about doing comedy, somebody say, well, I can do 30 minutes. You're going to get them 30 minutes of funny. Not 15 minutes of funny and 15 minutes of Bob just talking. And give it up for the ladies, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody laughing.
I know that. But that definitely makes sense, and that makes a huge difference. So who have you shared the stage with?
Oh, man. God's been truly good to me. Far as comics, I would, of course, coming out of Chicago, the Damon Williams, the D-Ray, the Little Rails, the B. Cole, Deion Cole, you name it, everybody out of Chicago just about, but Lavelle Crawford, Damon Wayans, Marlon Wayans. I've never worked with Damon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, John Weatherspoon. The list goes on and on for us comics.
That's what's up.
Yes.
I've heard that trying to be a comedian is hard. It's rough. Is it? What has it been like for you just trying to be in that circle and in that platform?
Well, for me, Chicago is the mecca of comedy. Chicago has the best comics, and as a whole, we're the best comics in the world.
Okay.
As a whole, for real.
Okay, I've heard
now
that.
you have other comics that you may in that city that they may have one or two guys that's funny that made it, like Martin Lawrence out of Washington, Dave Chappelle out of Washington. But as a whole, Washington can't do nothing with Chicago comics. So as a whole, we hold it down, and man, I don't know but too, Chicago's the king of haters. So you got to realize what you're dealing with. People gonna dislike you and don't even know you.
Wow.
look at him, man. That Mark said, man. He said, my joke, man, and it was a word that one word out of his whole set, but he gonna say it as his joke.
Right.
But that's the way it is.
Wow. So what keeps you doing it? What pushes you?
People. And what it brings to people, the joy it brings to people. Because see, I was that thug dude in the streets that people hate to see coming. And when God blessed me and nurtured this gift in me, then I was able. People see me and they get so excited and they be so happy and they be like, "Man, you blah blah." That's the feeling I want to live for the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
I want you to be scared of me, not that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really does it for me.
Yeah, I love that. What's one of your funniest moments on stage, if you can remember?
One of my funniest moments. Well, we don't call it funniest moment. We call it one of my best sets.
One of your best sets.
My best sets was my birthday in 2019. I did, that weekend was awesome. I lit it up the whole weekend. That Friday night, I had a show with Marlon Wayne, John Weatherspoon, Deion Coles, and I hosted it.
Okay.
And I lit fire.
Okay.
All them coming out of Hollywood. And I brought this Southside brother brought it.
Okay.
Then that Sunday, I hosted the Ohio Players and the Whispers. And it just so happened that something happened with the equipment and I had to end up doing like 40 minutes. And I let loose.
Oh, wow.
I killed it. And that was on my birthday.
Wow.
January 20th. I killed it. And I had a line, the Whispers and them had CDs for sale. This is the honest truth. And people were in line for them. I don't think the Ohio Players had nothing, but I had a line. I was selling DVDs, me and my wife, and I was autographing. The line was all the way down there.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Don't take pictures with me. And then I was like, oh, man, I might get tonight. You understand me? I wish I got paid like right now. But it was just a feeling like, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
And I got the complete package, And what I mean by that, my personal life is doing good, my career is doing good, you know what I'm saying? And when you got those two together, it's a feeling like no other feeling.
Man,
it's
you
called
got,
peace.
like they said, the women got a glow. You got that
peace. You got that peace.
Oh, wow.
When you doing what you love, first of all, God bless you to make money off something you love doing. It ain't even work. Like you with your shows, it ain't work. It's something that God late at night be giving you need to get this gas and you need to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So wear this outfit with this, that, and that's what he gives.
Wow. That is so cool. We got BLT here. Y'all see, he is funny. But he's a man of integrity and a family man, and we love all of that. So we're going to be right back, and we're going to have a little bit more conversation, and we hoping he got a good confession for us. So we'll be right back.
Oh, somebody going to find out I'm their daddy.
How does that fit into who you are, and where did that come from?
Music
and people love it.
Yes, music at its best is a show that God gave me a vision. I hosted a show for this lady called The Sultry Singing Men of Soul, and it was like 8 singers she had on there these guys sound exactly like the artist, and then at the end of each one of them, when they do their little bit, they talked about how they passed. And I was like, wow, man, and at the end, they showed them in heaven battling. And I was like, man, this is cold, but I wouldn't want to do a play. I would love to do this as a concert. So I ended up, the lady fired me because I asked her, I said, I would love to do this so she thought I was trying to steal our idea. But a long story short, that's how it first started. My first artist I had, we paid tribute to Marvin Gaye, Eddie Kendricks, and David Ruffin. and that was at Mr. G's. I didn't have no money to really rent a room, and I talked to him, and he was the one who gave me my first start with this. He said, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna charge you nothing, but the bar got to make X amount of blah. Okay. I said, well, let's do it. So I went, did my little flyers and everything, because I told myself, anything that I get into, my root and my foundation has to be the comedy. Anything that I do is coming from the comedy, whether it's a movie or whatever, it's based from my comedy. So I said, I'll host it, and what I can do that's different, I'll take people back to that period of time and talk about the shows and the commercials and all the stuff we did when this music was out. And we did that show. We sold out to the pack. We had to turn people away. Wow. I did that one show at Mr. G's and took it, and that was a 200 seater. The next show I put was at the Dorchester. Wow. For 400 seats. Wow. And we packed that joint out that we turned people away. Wow. We had about 600 people show up.
People love it.
And we have right now, I've been doing this show for over 12 years. We have over 40 different artists that sound exactly from Tina Marie to Barbara Streisand to Barry White, Luther Vandross, Smoke, you name it, we covered. You know, so, and those shows didn't really make a lot of money. But it was what it did to people. Because I'd be like, I ain't doing this no more. I ain't made a dime. Whoa. But when you see people in the stores and they be like, man, that show was awesome, man. The music made me think about when my mama was living. You know, whoa. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that could take people back to when times was good. Wasn't no Corona, you could drink water out the water holes. You know, just good times. Yeah. So that's what these shows represent for me. Right, yeah. You talk about taking people back. And you said born on the west side, grew up on the south side. What would you say about where Chicago is today? And what would you say about to young people in Chicago today and everything that's going on? Because I know the community, you have a heart for the community. That part I know. Yes. And I know you're always looking for an opportunity to give back in your way. Right. So tell me, what's that connection, and what would you say about what's going on? What's really going on, to me, you know, we've lost our places. You know, older people don't want to get old no more. Black women fighting like the plague, you understand me? They taking reverse mortgage money buying breasts and booties. You understand me? And that's ridiculous. Your knees going out, but you got brand new chest and the backside. But you got to hold on to this walker to show it off. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you got older men that don't want to stay in their place. You know, have older men walking around here, 71-year-old with a 1-year-old. You know, both of them got Pampers on. Nobody got teeth. You know what I'm saying? You know, they dinner is porridge. You understand? That's old school. They have porridge. You don't know nothing about porridge. I know about porridge. That's like cream of wheat, old folk style. You understand me? With no butter in it. Wow, that's a good point. And that's the young people have nobody to identify. When I get 30, when I get 70, I want to be like him, or I get 60, I want to be like her. Cause see, grandmama is different now. Grandmama ain't in that house coat, you understand, with the food on her chest, you understand, with no bra on. You know I ain't lying. Them was the real grandmama that pick their hair, they wig up and scratch their head, put it back down, you know. And would love you forever, would teach you forever. Her job was to point to you. Now grandmama got a cat suit on at 67 with tattoos on her chest down here, and a tattoo right here, you understand me? With a cut up top, you know what I'm saying? Out kicking it with her daughter, that's 45. Wow. You know, the grandbaby at home lost, playing on the game. Because grandmama and I'm out there kicking it. Yeah, so we're at a place now until we understand where we need to get back to, because we know the problem. It's about the solution. And not saying that you women can't be women and can't enjoy your life still, but it's a time and a place. We don't have families no more. You know what I'm saying? Where a little boy can look and say, that's my daddy, that's my hero. Or that's the little girl say, that's my mama. You know, and it ain't about an MK purse or nothing like that. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. That's definitely something that we should think about. And we need whoopings.
spankings, whoopings.
No, ain't no nothing. Whoopings. That extension cord back in the day whoopings, baby.
Man, I got my last one with extension cord. I was 14.
Yeah,
So, you can't even do that no more. You can't do that no more. What would you say to an aspiring comedian?
Find out who you are before you, and find out what comedy is. A lot of comics get into comedy, don't even know the history of comedy. If you a comic that use profanity, how did it come along that you could use profanity on stage? A lot of people don't know it wasn't Richard Pryor or none of that, or Red Fox that made it possible for comics to cuss on stage. It was a white comic named Lenny Bruce.
Oh, wow.
And to me, he was killed because he represented something that society didn't want.
Right. Okay. That's just a good point. Find out what comedy is.
Find out what it is, the history of it. Like, why would you want a job at doing something you don't really know the history of the job?
Right.
You know.
That's it.
And comics changes.
Start from the ground. We're going to take another quick break because I know Brandy's over there mixing up a cocktail.
Oh.
I'm going to get us the cocktail, and then we're going to come back to that confession. And then BLT going to tell us what he got going on. All right? We'll be right back.
Peace.
If you're looking for a reliable, professional, and affordable credit repair service, well, you've come to the right place. We're proud to be the top local provider of credit repair services, and we're committed to creating satisfied customers and getting your credit fixed in just a matter of months. Our credit consultants are the best in the industry at removing bad credit items from your report and helping you improve your credit score. Call or email one of our friendly staff now to schedule an appointment.
So we are back here with
Yes.
Conversation and Confessions. I got my bro over here, BLT. He been really sharing with us already. But so I'm gonna put this down because this is the part. So where you gotta have a good confession.
A good confession.
What is something about you that most people don't know?
Your hat.
Something that you I always put my hat on before we confess.
Oh, okay. So what that's supposed to make me tell the truth, like first 48 or something?
A real confession that you are willing to share. You know, my tech engineer back there, crew always, they be ready to hear what the confession is.
I think confession for me is cheating. I love women all my life. I'm talking about even as a little boy. My mama say I used to rub my friends' legs with stockings on it. Some of them let me go up a little high. I didn't tell my mama though. But you know, like now in marriage, I have always been around brothers that had more than one woman. You know, or some of them had more than one family. So it was normal. And in my life, I've been married 4 times. Yes, the same woman twice though. One of them twice. You know, so my thing, and I'm with her presently. But my thing, you will not in marriage. I'm gonna talk about marriage. Be blessed to the point, because if you out here doing with a bunch of other females, this, that, and the other. I mean, because you got yourself spread so thin. You gotta try to remember what you said to this one, where you took this one, cause you be on there, you be like, hey, remember when we was doing this, how we went over there? She like, nah, that wasn't me. You know, that's the worst feeling, especially from your wife. That wasn't me. Or it get to the point that every time she meet a female, she have to ask if you slept with her. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10 I had. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But it's I didn't understand. I thought those stars on my sleeves and on my shoulders from the women that I had in my life was something. It took me to understand that in order to have what I want, being a billionaire, you know, being an example for my kids and my grandkids. And my daughter told me something one day. I was telling her, she's like 38 and she got a good man that like her, but she messed with this other guy. Long story short, I asked her, when you gonna settle down and get your life together? And she was like, when you gonna settle down and get your life together?
Right.
And I'm like, and that, for honest to God, that hit me.
Wow.
And then God started showing me messages like, any man that does not have control over himself will never have control. Never. You will never have control over anything because you let something control you to the point that you can't be who God made you to be. So a person in control has to deny themselves good things as well as bad things sometimes. And my thing was that I started looking at how it affected my wife and how I treated her, because I was like, I can get somebody, if you won't do it, I can get somebody else.
Right.
So it took me to see that I'm hurting her. First of all, I'm hurting myself.
Right.
Second, I'm lying to God, because God see everything, and I'll be like, I'm gonna get it together one day. God gonna take this away from me, you understand me? But you don't want that, because he'll really take something away. He ain't do that though. But and then thirdly, I had to look at, you know, how do I affect the people around me? Am I a man of integrity? Like you just said. You can put that face on, you know, that mask all day long, but you got to look in the mirror one day with nothing on you.
Right.
And that's what happened with me. And I was like, you know, I need to get my life together. I need to not let sex control me and me control my life. And this just recently happened, to be honest with you. But in the short months, 3-4 months, God has opened doors like nothing else.
Wow.
I'm talking about, I did the Kobe Bryant, I apologized to, because see, some stuff happened that came to the house. And when stuff come to your house, you know it's raggedy and it's done.
Right.
So it was like, dude, you either gonna leave this woman or you're gonna get yourself together. And I chose to get myself this. So I did the Kobe Bryant, went and bought a new car and all this, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the other. But what I really did was I took this self. And I said, I want to be, when my grandkids, when I leave this earth, I want my grandkids and my kids to say, my daddy finally got it.
Aww,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly. And I want my wife to be like, man, you couldn't ask for a better husband.
Yeah.
I don't care
That's
what she's
up.
doing. It's about me being the best husband and her doing her. Because if you the best at who you are, mother, father, husband, wife, whatever, then you don't have time to look at your other partner and what they're not doing, because you're going to focus, because God going to bless you. If they not doing right, God going to bless you, and God going to get them in order, because you can't. You can't. Women, you cannot get us in order. As much as you might say, girl, when I get them cheap, I know how to get them. No, you don't. Only thing can come is from that spiritual father. I'm not a religious brother, but spirituality is where I live. And God will make you feel when people ain't right for you. And I had to start looking at how I got in these situations. I can't just go over no sister's house. You know what I'm saying? For what? You know what I'm saying? And the women in my life have to be my wife's friend as well as my friend. And I don't have friends. I'm just going to keep it real. I have associates. But I have sisters like you. I have partners I call brothers. Those are people that's near and dear to me. That's for real. If I'm your brother, and that means I got your back. If I can help you, I'm going to make it happen, this, that, and the other. Not them people you be like, well, I kind of need some help with. You need to go to the public aid office. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know. So I look at my wife now, a friend of mine, good friend of mine, Melvin Buckley. He owns the Steak and Shakes and all them. And he used to tell me, he'd say, man, you can tell when a woman is loved right. She has a glow about herself, and she just, there's no man in the world that could take her from me. Take her, you know. And that's what I see in my wife now.
Aww,
you dig? She ain't got that glow. I'll be like, yes, so people be like, man, you look young. You know, blah, blah, blah. No, that's her. That's God and her. Because I done put some miles on this damn boy. And last but not least, she made me think. She said, all these women you done been through, God loves you. You didn't get AIDS or none of that. You know, my sister passed the AIDS. So that's near and dear to me, you know. And I was like, you're right. You know, I had to get by myself because
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
to think, and I was like, he did. He loved me.
Yeah.
Because I rolled dice many a time.
Oh, wow.
And by the grace of God, I didn't get crapped out. And I had all that other stuff. You know, we all had little crabs in our life. Don't act like I'm the only one was in church looking for spare change. You understand me? Don't try me. You understand me? Don't act like you went to the bathroom and it was on fire and you didn't know why. That was not what do you call that? Urinary tract infection. No, that was called gonorrhea. We just gonna tell it like it is. You understand me?
Look at that.
And you know, I was lucky I never got herpes because they say them bumps flare up. You know what I'm saying? But I would lie and say it was acne. You know, brother on it. But I just thank God every day. And now I'm at the age now. I got 10 kids, 15, 16 grandchildren. I'm excited for what life has for me now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing it the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got a bank account, not I got a bank account.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got houses, and I got houses.
Right.
And I don't have to go out and look for something that I got already.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling in the world.
And Tiffany, a beautiful girl. She's
Yeah,
beautiful.
she's a nice looking woman. Yeah, but she a good woman. See, I've got, God bless me, because this woman, I got the type of wife, I come in at 3 o'clock in the morning and say I'm hungry, she gonna get up and feed me.
That's what's up.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say I need this shirt for tomorrow, she gonna get up and wash it.
Yeah.
You know, but on the other hand, she don't want for nothing.
Right.
If she look at something and she looks at something and I watch, you know, on her phone what she's doing, I make sure I go get this.
Yeah. That's
You know,
what's up.
she
I love it.
You know,
I love
but it took a long time. And ladies, last but not least, when we get with you all have to train us to be that man that you had in your head the same way we train you all to be. We don't train you, but you start loving the things that I like because you love me and vice versa. That's how you get that woman that's in your head. You know, the things you like, the this, that, and the other, you know, the intimate part and everything. But it takes time, and it bothers me when I hear women say, oh, he that old and he don't know. No, some people never was taught.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you never taught, you don't know.
Right. You don't know.
Don't be mad when you have to kind of coach him. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I like my feet rubbed, you know, when I come in and this, that, and other. You got to tell us these things.
Yeah.
Because some dudes might have had a thing where they didn't like touching feet because somebody might have made them touch ugly feet for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And they got a feet time. I'll kill you if you put your feet in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really take the time and start looking at a relationship. If you're going to get into a relationship and you're older and you know, I don't want to be by myself, so you're looking to be married. You're not looking to be, you don't have, if you're over 50, you don't have years to play with and say, we can do this for 10 years and play house and then we break up. You're 60 now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about getting somebody that's gonna work with you and getting that person that can deal with your flaws as well as you can do with their flaws.
Right.
Because some people, they could be perfect in everywhere and have one thing wrong with them. And that one thing, that person said, I just can't deal with it.
Right. Yeah.
And you be like, that was a good man, though. He just had an eye that wondered. She's like, I used to have an uncle that used to touch me. And he was cockeyed. So I can't do cockeyed. You know? I mean, for real, we never know what people have been through.
That's true.
You know, so my thing is about us growing up. Because we're not growing up. We at a standstill. I don't mean no harm. Black people are at a stand, especially our black women, because a diploma in education is not going to make you comfortable. A man's going to make you comfortable. Somebody that's going to do the little things, cut grass, fix stuff around the house, pay bills. You understand me? Tell you how beautiful you are every day when you don't feel beautiful.
Right. Absolutely.
Take care of you when you sick.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I'd be doggone if it depends on me and I have to pay somebody. My wife changing me. You understand me? Get on over here.
Oh my
Hold your
goodness.
nose. Don't worry about it. You understand
I
me?
told you guys.
It ain't that bad.
He is hilarious and shares some real some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. Real talks and real conversations. Before we go, tell us what you're doing. What's up with BLT? What you
Man, like I told
on?
you, God been opening some doors. So this called testimony time.
Okay,
I was
testimony.
in church. Excuse me, Pastor. I got something to say this Sunday.
Well, give your testimony.
Pastor, God has been very awesome. I was on the radio for a while, for a couple of years with AC Green. Then I was on the radio with Lamont Watts, who was the owner of ClubStepping.com. So long story short, I stopped working with them. God has opened the doors, brought me back to radio. Now we have a new station in Chicago called ClubStepping.com. And it's on 101.9 FM HD2. And I got my own show. I'm not with nobody. Every Sunday from 11 to 2 Central Standard Time, I do a show called BLT's Battles.
Yeah.
We talk about stuff like you talk about. We play some awesome music, and I get different guests to come on, and we battle with music, and we talk mess like we playing cards. So it's an awesome show. God's blessed me. I'm doing June 19th. It's something that bothers me. We don't celebrate our holidays, but we'll celebrate their holidays.
Right.
When I say theirs, I ain't prejudiced at all. But you got a dog don't wag his own tail, something wrong with him. So we were in the 4th of July, we were not free in 1776 on the 4th of July. We were free 1865, and it was called, on June 19th, it was called Juneteenth. I put together a show God put in my head called a Freedom Celebration. We're doing it in a city that needs it, which is Harvey. You know what I'm saying? And Harvey could be our new Black Wall Street. It really could, because the property is cheap and stuff like that, and they need it. So I got a park, and the park is called Kings Park. I mean, everything had to fall into place.
Lined up.
So at this, we're selling tickets, was $25. God put it in my spirit. We started getting donations and things. He said, no, you get buy one ticket, get one free.
That's what's up.
So it's really like $12 for the ticket. We have fashion show lined up, a comedy show lined up, a poetry show lined up. We have a gospel concert lined up. We have awards ceremony. We're going to give awards to 4 Black women that give back to us. Wow. Not just the community, but us, you know. So this year we're celebrating Black Queens. Next year is going to be the Kings.
Oh,
and I know because Father's Day is the next day, so we're going to be celebrated. But we have all this going on, and we have over 40 vendors. We have, and then of course we have vendors that can help you in, if you're looking to get in the stock market, if you're looking to get into real estate, if you're looking to get into the medical field and different things that you can put money in and your money can work for you and you don't have to work for it.
Right.
That's something that a lot of Black people don't understand.
Right.
And of course, and then in this year, we broke ground, we gutted the place. And this year I will have, me and a partner will have
venue,
a banquet hall,
yes.
A banquet hall out in the south suburbs, and eventually it will be an outdoor facility as well. So and when I finish that project, God gave me another project in my mind that we're gonna do our first Black resort.
Oh, what? Oh, yes. That's what's up.
So God is I'm gonna do all this. I'm 58. I'm gonna have all this done before I'm 65.
Yeah, I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And to say I'm a billionaire is not to brag about being money-wise. It's, I need money to do what God needs us to do and help our people.
Yeah.
Because no disrespect, I want to see Black grocery stores. I want to see stuff that when I was a kid was normal. I grew up in Chatham. Everything over there was owned by us. And nothing against no other race, but we got to stand on something and have our own. We need our own school system.
Right.
Our own hospitals.
Right. You're right.
And we got the money to do it. If we can spend $1 trillion on hair products for our women to look good the way they want to look, and them eyelashes is way out here. You know I ain't lying. Them paintbrushes, them ain't no lie. They don't even go buy them after they go into Home Depot buying a paintbrush and cutting it and gluing it on their eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot cheaper. You know, so yeah, but he has a lot of great things in store for me and for us, you know, because we family. Anything I'm part of, you a part of, and the rest of Trina and all of my wife and everybody, because it's about us eating, not me eating, not my family eating, us eating. So, and of course, I forgot, God bless me, I'm a partners with my friend at D&K's Salads and Soul Bowls. We have a restaurant at 724 South Lake Street in Miller Beach, Indiana. We sell some of the best soul food bowls, salads, Johnny Cake sandwiches, wraps, smoothies, and all our stuff is healthy. We don't do pork, we don't do beef. And when I say we're in the right place at the right time, you know, and I'm just grateful. And I see myself opening some more restaurants as well as some special trucks. I ain't telling y'all because folks run with your stuff. I'm going to open up some cold food trucks that's going to be totally different than anything that's out here right now.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Well, it has been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure here. It took me a long time to get here. Flats.
But he made it.
Yes, that was only five.
He made it. Stay tuned. Follow him on what?
Every Sunday on clubsteppin.com, 101.9 FM HD2. If you don't have that, your new car has those HD radios. So yeah, it ain't no problem if you got an 09, 04, 01, 99. We don't care. You can download it on your phone.
Yes.
Hit Future Vision Entertainment. It'll come up. We have over 8 stations. Hit Club Steppin', and you can listen to me every Sunday.
That's it.
I want to thank y'all.
You heard it from the man himself. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. All right, we out.
Peace.
We peace.
She fine too, brother. Make sure she stand up. She working with some stuff. She good at it. Yeah.